Happy Thursday night or good morning on a lovely Friday. I am here with my co-host Victor. Welcome to 2016. Vic, how are you?
Awesome. How did you guys ever make it without me? This seems that you guys must have been. I saw it last week.
We had
Listen.
a
I mean, I think Sean did a great job, but you know that no one's going to stir any shit unless I'm here.
no, but he looked a lot better doing it. Um, let's get right into it because it's late and it's time to get this show on the road. So we're gonna start off with my power rankings of the week. I'm gonna try to do this every week. This is what I had last week. PFK, Tommy's, Balls Deep, E equals MC Hammer, DTF, Ball Aside, One Kick Wonders, Orange Crush. Started playing around with it, and I realized that this is exactly what I think about the power rankings this week. The only conversation I had was moving Ball Aside up, maybe ahead of DTF, but I don't think they're there. And then maybe there's a conversation between who's better out of One Kick Wonders and Orange Crush, but for now I'm going to keep One Kick Wonders there. What's your big beef with me other than maybe Balls Deep being 3 and not 1 or 2?
No beef. No beef. Listen, you're number one. Tommy's is number two. You guys were both in the championship game last year. That's fine. We'll leave it that way until this year comes to an end. So we got to be on the outside looking in as far as that three team. You got 4 and 5. You got Al Pratt's new team, E equals MC Hammered. He was a big MC Hammer fan. I remember he used to wear the pants when I first met him. So you know,
How long ago was that?
About 2 years ago.
Okay, so it wasn't in like the 90s.
Is Al's next team going to be like 3.4 equals 1.4 equals pi? Because he was sick kickers, then serial kickers, and now MC squared. MC equals MC squared. These names are just like they're confusing. It's tough. So can we just like come up with a new name to refer to Al's team as? Can we just call it like Al's team?
Just call him that. But there's a lot of other players and the big Al's. You can call me Al. Yeah,
it's Al.
I mean, I'm going to probably call him EMC or Hammered for the year because that's way too many syllables for me to say it all. But
so there's a battle between Al's team and DTF for the 4 seed, and then we have
we I know you weren't around, Victor. You were cruising the world or flying the world, but they did play each other last week, and I'll go over the results last week. And EMC, I was playing Spike Ball, but got to watch a little bit of it. EMC put it on. DTF and won 13-7, which was just a straight pick'em. So they took care of that. PFK beats Orange Crush 14-1, covered. Tommy's beats Ball Aside 7-2, so they did not cover. And One Kick Wonders loses to your Balls Deep without you 15-3 and definitely cover. So that battle for the 4 seed in my book is concluded. It's EMC. Maybe they're on their way to looking up for a 2 or 3 seed. But does that change your opinion on anything after hearing those scores?
Whatever. I mean, that doesn't affect me with Tommy's score. I know it was closer than it probably should have been, but that team is still a good team, a quality team. We've seen them. They've been in the league now almost 3 years, 3 seasons. The Al's team beating DTF. I mean, so that does answer that question. So Al's team is better than DTF. And then you got, is it Jim's team? Is it Rachel's team? Whose team is that? The DTF team. But
Shane's the captain, but everyone knows it's Rachel's team.
Oh, it's Rachel's team. Okay, so Rachel's the only one on that team that wears the pants. So I guess we'll just have to say that they're the 5th place team. And then at the bottom tier, we're 1 game in. I mean, I think maybe Ball Aside might rise from the ashes like a phoenix of the lower tier teams.
We'll see. I mean, I'm excited to see when Ball Aside plays DTF. I'm not sure when that is. That has some potential. I need to see Ball Aside play. All right, Victor. So last week we started a segment where I talked to a captain about their team. This week that captain is you. So I have a few questions for you, and hopefully we'll be able to get a captain of a new team next week. So tell me something new about this Balls Deep team, if you know anything at all, since you missed last week.
All my questions will be answered by my confidant.
Much better looking.
He has nothing to say.
So tell me.
So what's new? What's new about Balls Deep? So we have one new member.
That's it.
That's it. We have one new member. We lost a few people. We have 2 returning members. So we have Noelle as the new member who wasn't able to make the first game because she had a quad strain. So she'll be there this week. So we'll get the opportunity to meet her as a team. We have Nick and Danielle returning, who have taken, I believe it's 2 seasons off. So we're good to have them back. Nick's got a good leg. Danielle's a good, solid player in the outfield. Nick can track a ball down in the outfield, as well as, believe it or not, he's one of the better kickers in the league. Though that's all we have for new. We've changed some of the strategy around where we're playing in some of our positions. And we have, our core players back. I mean, we really didn't lose any, I would say, all-stars. None of our all-stars are lost. We're still here.
That's you say we?
We're still here. Because listen, we come on the field as one. We enter the field as one.
But you just said you have all-stars. Anyway, whatever. My next question for you. There's some new captains this year. What advice would you give a new captain?
That's a good question, Nathan. So I think that as a new captain, what you need to do is you need to put your teammates in a position to succeed. So you have to find the players that are going to excel in the positions that you need them to be. So, for example, if you have someone who's quick, got good ball handling skills, maybe they should be a charger. If you have someone that has got speed and good hands, maybe they should be in a position where they're going to be catching the ball in the outfield. You have someone that's got some good control over the ball, then they should pitch. I think the problem with some of these captains is people get set in their head the position they're going to play. Sometimes the position you play in game 1 isn't even the position you ever play again by the end of the season. Yeah. I mean, as well as I do, certain positions require certain characteristics. I'm never going to charge. I'm not fast enough to charge. That's just never going to happen.
And I'm never going to pitch.
So exactly. So I mean, I think that would be the best piece of advice. Find out what talents your teammates have, and then put them in a position where those talents are going to be most effective. That's it. That's all I got for you.
Oh.
I'm not sure if we heard secrets.
Okay. Yeah. All right, and I got 2 more for you. To consider this a successful season, Balls Deep has to blank.
Win the championship.
Okay.
So we're the second. We are the second oldest. We're the second oldest team in the league. In fact, we're the second oldest only due to name. The team has been in the league since season 1. We were just pitching ain't easy because that was the team that I was originally playing.
That is. So can I ask you how many people from that team are on your team now? Is it just you?
It's just me.
Yeah, that you can't count that. So it's been in the league since the second, which is impressive. I mean, there's no other team that I think is even close to that. I guess the Yoko turned Tommy's team is getting up there in age, and DTF after that. But all right, I mean that's good. I was just looking at sometimes. I mean, in sports, sometimes we look at successful seasons when there's only one team that can have a successful season. But if I'm Bolaside and I make it to the semifinals, like that's a successful year. But good to know where your goals are. And my last.
Well, I mean, you got to look at where we've been.
Oh, I know.
3 championship games, 5 semifinal games. I mean, if we don't win it, we're just where we've been up until now
or before, which is good. I'm not. If you could.
You froze up on me, Nate. Go ahead, fire again.
Yeah, you're freezing up too. One of us, probably me. My internet's been a little shaky today. What one rule would you change if you could change one?
If I could change a rule, I would change. Oh, that's a good one, man. You told me that one too. I had an answer and then I forgot it.
Get back to you later.
I don't like the that before you can intentionally walk someone, you have to throw a strike. I think that rule I don't even know who came up with that rule. I know it's only one season old. It was clearly made so that you're forced to pitch to people. I mean, this isn't this. If I want to walk someone strategically, I should be able to walk someone. I shouldn't be forced to throw a strike. It can't even be a ball. It's going to be a strike.
Yeah, you can walk someone. It's just they get an extra base.
Okay, well that takes the entire
which most 90% of the time changes it. Yeah, it's a tournament rule. I'm not sure how it got to become a standard rule. I don't remember who was about that. As someone, I love it half the time and I dislike it half the time. When I'm kicking, obviously, I'm a big fan, and when I'm in the field, I'm not. So, okay, all right. Thank you for then. That's your Balls Deep segment of the year. So let's get to the games this week, Victor. It's only 4 a week, so it's a little easy to pick, but it's harder for me to come up with props each week. So first game, Ball Aside versus Orange Crush. I have Ball Aside as 6.5 runs favorite.
I take Ball Aside. I think Ball Aside is going to be the dominant team in that lower tier.
Yeah, I do too. I think they win, but Orange Crush has improved from last year from what I saw last week. We did win 14-1, but they were definitely improved from what the team they were last year. My game of the week is the next one, and I believe I'm reffing it, is EMC versus Tommies, and I have Tommies as 3.5 run favorites.
I wish I was there to see Tommies last week. I know they kind of had a not so great outing. I'm going to take Tommies to cover though, because I still think that team has more talent on the field, and I feel like they are the time team. Sometimes some weeks they play better than others. I think a lot of it might have to do with attendance. Maybe I think they were missing someone last week.
They didn't have Denny, and I believe they didn't have Will.
Okay, so like I said, they're missing 2 players.
Yeah.
I think Tommies wins and covers.
Hello?
Yes, wins and covers.
What? I'm sorry, you were.
I picked Tommy to win and cover.
Yeah, I think it's going to be close. I think they cover too, but barely. Next game, I have PFK versus One Kick Wonders, and it's 10.5 run favorites.
PFK wins and covers.
I always agree there. And Balls Deep, DTF usually plays you guys tough. I know there was a tie in the recent history, but you guys are 6.5 run favorites. You are probably going to take you guys to cover.
Balls Deep wins and covers.
Balls Deep wins and wins by 6, so they don't cover. All right, this brings us to our last segment, my props of the week. Actually, let's go over last week's shutouts. Last week, Sean and I were both wrong. The answer was 0. Furthest base Jim gets to safely. Sean and I were both wrong. Jim never got to a base safely. And total runs scored on the night, Carrie got this one exactly right, 62. She's got a drink coming to her next week. This week, I got 4 for you. How many teams score 4 runs or more this week? Victor?
Internet is broken.
Yeah, internet is not good right now. We may have to comment these.
Yeah, internet is.
Yeah, Victor, can you hear me? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. So how many teams score 4 runs or more this week?
Okay, can you hear me? You froze up on me again. Can you hear me?
I can, Victor. Hello.
Okay. All right. So,
how many teams score 4 runs or more tomorrow?
5 teams.
I have 4 teams. I think it's just the 4 winners. Jim, we're going to put you back on the spot because you couldn't get anything done last week. What's the furthest base you get to against Balls Deep? A little tougher this week.
The bench. He never makes it to first.
I'm going to give him first base, and that's it. That's it. Never gets anywhere else. Who scores more runs tomorrow? The Red Sox against the Yankees, or Tommies against EMC?
Red Sox.
Tommies. Just because the Red Sox aren't doing that well. I don't even know who's pitching, but I'll take I'll take Tommy's. And total runs scored on the week. I'm going to post this on the Facebook to come up with it. If I can get Waka to pay for a drink this week, I will get you a drink. If not, you just win a drink at the field. I can give you that.
My pick is 49.
Whoa. We did not discuss this. My pick was 48. I think this is a lower. I think the games are a little better this week, so there are less runs scored. All right, I hope a lot of that came out nice. Victor, did you have something you wanted to save for the end?
A game that I want to play with you, Nate, and it's called Which Team Would They Be On? So I'm going to give you 3.
I can't hear a word you're saying.
I said it's a game called Which Team Would They Be On?
Okay.
So I'm going to give you 3 famous people, and you have to tell me which team they would be on.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. So in honor of the most recent passing of Prince, I'm going to ask which team would Prince play on?
Oh, Prince. Prince has got to be a DTF guy.
I think you might be right about that.
And I think he would enjoy himself, and I think DTF would as well.
All right, next one, because you know I love politics. Which team would Hillary Clinton play on?
Hillary Clinton. She's been winning lately, so she'd probably be on a winning team.
No, you have to make. You have to
no,
make
I'm
the
trying
decision.
to think. I'm thinking.
The decision has to be based on the personalities of the team.
I know.
Not on
Their
performance. Look who's very tired.
Tough. I'm very tired as well. I'm trying to think on that.
Look how tired
you
he
didn't
is.
give me. I'm white.
He's ready for bed. You're supposed to think on the spot, Rosa.
I'm gonna. I feel like she would get along with the Tommy's crew.
Okay, so some liberals over there in Tommy's crew. Liberals on Tommy's team.
Crew. Yeah.
Okay.
There are a bunch there.
All right, here we go. The last one.
Fit.
This should be the easiest one for. This should be the easiest one for you, Nathan.
All right.
Which team would the Donald Trump play for?
It's got to be balls deep because you're the only one that would allow him on your team.
Right.
He's not coming to PFK.
Good job, Nate. Good job. Listen, it's time for my lead pipe lock of the week.
Wait, before you get that, a good reason why Trump would finish with you guys is he's going to be in second place, so that works out.
You're a bleeding heart liberal too now. Listen, I'll tell you right now, I didn't give you Bernie Sanders because Bernie Sanders.
No, let's not do this. No one wants to listen to us talk about politics. They can just follow you on Facebook. What's your lock of the week?
Lock of the week, Tommy's laying 3.5 against Al Pratt's team.
All right. We'll see you at the field. Good night.